You know they say that defense wins championships, right? Well, I had a request to do a video about the Vancouver Canucks and their defensive core right now, and just where it's at. Because I was looking at the stats for the game last night against Anaheim, where we got shut out 5-0. I only watched a little bit of that game, by the way. I turned it off as soon as it was like 3-0. But looking at the statistics, I want to go down what I believe is kind of noteworthy in terms of the Anaheim game last night. So when we talk about defensemen, it all boils down to who's playing, who's not playing, and who's playing more than other defensemen. So looking at the game last night, the highest played defenseman was Alexander Edler, and he had 24 minutes. The lowest played was Troy Stecher, he had 16.5. All the other guys, Del Zotto, Pouliot, Tanev, and Goodbranson, they were all in the 17, 18 minute range. Tanev actually being in the 17, so that's kind of noteworthy. I mean, Tanev is the best defensive defenseman on the team by far. I don't think there's any debate about that. Edler playing the most does surprise me, though, and I think that a lot of his time on ice in this game was really propelled by the power play. Because if you look at the power play time on ice, Alexander Edler played 5 minutes and 14 seconds on the power play that was 0-4. Think about that for a second. Alex Edler played 5 minutes on the power play, and the power play was unsuccessful. And you know why the power play was unsuccessful? I'm gonna say that it's partly because Alexander Edler never passes the puck to Brock Boeser. Absolutely never! Every time he gets the puck on the point, he tries to do like Erik Karlsson or whatever, and his wrist shots, they always get blocked, or he always sends it back down to Henrik's corner, then Henrik to Daniel, back to Henrik, over back to Edler, and he waits and he takes a shot and it gets blocked all the time and it gets sent back down the other way. Edler once hasn't passed to Boeser this entire time, and this guy's the guy who we're manning the power play on. For some reason, Boeser never touches the puck on the power play. I don't see it. When I'm watching these games, I see Boeser standing there open, waiting for a pass, waiting for a puck. When he gets the puck, it's usually like digging it in deep in the corners, and he sends it off to the other side for his teammates to cycle it around a little bit more, only to give it back to Edler, who gets his shot blocked. It happens all the time! This is why the power play sucks! You're not giving it to the best player on the team! You're not giving it to the best shooter, best scorer, best offensive threat on the team! I don't blame Henrik and Daniel for not doing that. They're doing their cycling game on the goal line and all that. They got no open space. If they did have open space, I'm sure they'd find him. They did that with Verbata, and they know that he can do the same things, but they always pass it back to Edler, and Edler always turns it over. Oh boy, I wonder why this power play went 0-4 last night. I wonder why we gave 5 minutes of power play time to Alex Edler. He doesn't belong on the power play anymore. Okay, that was one basic point. That was one point in the whole discussion of Vancouver Canucks defensemen that I kind of wanted to talk about today, because it's not just Edler. The whole defensive core is just not on par with what it should be capable of doing. When it comes to things like penalty killing, I like having Edler on the PK, I like having Tanev on the PK, I like having guys who are good defensively and who are aware defensively, who can block shots and everything. I like having these guys on the penalty kill. I like having Louis Eriksson on the penalty kill. I think he's great. But there's a reason the Vancouver Canucks penalty kill is 5th last in the league. There's a reason why it's only at 77%. There's a reason why we've given up so many PK goals, and if we look at the game last night against Anaheim, the Vancouver Canucks PK, hey, it was perfect. They stopped all 2 opportunities. But at the same time, you know, we're not going to win games if we're letting in a whole bunch of power play goals. We're not going to win games if we're on the penalty kill all the time. And regardless on whether or not we have good penalty killers, which, I mean, recently, in the last game, yeah, we had perfect penalty killers. They were 0-2, the Anaheim Ducks. But on the season, we're 5th last. So, like, what does that say about our team? You could say, okay, you could say it's the goaltender's fault. And yeah, I'm fairly certain that a lot of our power play goals, and goals against in general, have been very bad goals let in by the goalies. I mean, Nilsson and Markstrom both... Oh my goodness, I don't even know what's happening right now. But I don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about defense, and that basically covers 2 sides that we have in this issue, because we got ourselves a power play, we got ourselves a penalty kill. Okay, what else is there? There's even strength, and just the lineups in general, and just how these players play on a normal 5-on-5 situation. The pairings last night were Edler Stecher, Delzato Tanev, and Pouliot Gudbranson. So, talking about the first pairing, Edler and Stecher, okay, I mean, Stecher has not been as good as he was supposed to be, and I don't know if there are any Canucks fans that would disagree with me on that, because I love Troy Stecher, and I love seeing him do well. It's just that I don't think he's doing well recently. And Edler, well, you guys already know what I think about Alex Edler. Delzato and Tanev, he's still Tanev, guys. He's good in his own zone and everything. He does a good quick first pass, and he knows what to do in most situations. And Delzato, on the other hand, I mean, I don't know if he quote-unquote compliments Tanev, but it's whatever. Derek Pouliot and Eric Gudbranson, having Pouliot once again on that left side, alongside of Gudbranson. Gudbranson, he's gone. Let's be honest, Gudbranson's gonna be gone by the end of next week, basically, so I don't even want to talk about him. Pouliot, on the other hand, I think that he has such a good awareness for things on the ice, and such a good vision for what he wants to see go down, and I'm just saying, man, if we had like a Stecher or a Pouliot on the first power play other than Edler, that power play would be getting way more goals. We've been like 0-14 in the most recent stretch of games because we're not getting any power play goals. And you know why? Because our best goal scorer, Brock Boeser, isn't getting the puck. So, if we had a Pouliot, I'm saying Pouliot instead of Stecher because Pouliot, he's a left-handed shot and everything, that's good. If we had Pouliot on that first-line power play, Boeser would be getting that puck like crazy. Pouliot, in the last game, he played 2 minutes and 25 seconds of power play time. He was playing with Vanek and Gagne and, like, who else was there on the power play? Stecher. Sure, we can say Stecher. He was playing with those guys, and they didn't really get it done. Goldobin, too, I'm pretty sure. But nobody got it done. And the point I'm trying to make here is that if Boeser had the puck, they'd be getting it done. I'm sure of it. If we take a look at the defensemen who haven't been playing, defensemen who are scratched, we got ourselves Ben Hutton and Alex Biega. Now, Biega, I think he's still on this team for a reason. Once Gudbranson is out, we have an open spot for a right-handed defenseman, so I'm pretty sure that that's where Biega is going to slot in. So Biega, I actually have been very pleased with Biega's play so far. I like him a lot as a defender, and I'd rather have him in the lineup over guys like Gudbranson, maybe Stecher, not Tanev, because Tanev is a beast, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're working this team with that mindset, saying, okay, Gudbranson is going to be traded, and Biega is going to step in, and he's going to be that right-handed defenseman on that pairing. But overall, I don't think this defense is good. It's not good enough. Oh, Lego Rocks, oh, stop saying the obvious, Lego Rocks, what are you doing? Okay, this defense is actually trash. And going forward, I don't see a good defense coming out of our systems, other than, like, Olli Juolevi and, like, Philip Holm or whatever. This team is lost on defense for the next, like, 10 years, which is why we need Rasmus Dahlin. That's why we need Rasmus Dahlin. I'm really pissed off right now, guys. Please, if Travis Green just makes one decision in the next, like, 2 weeks, I hope that decision is just get Edler off of the first power play and get Pouliot in there, or any other left-handed shot. Anybody who knows that Boeser will be able to shoot the puck and score, because that's the only reason I watch these games now. I only watch these games to see Boeser get points, because I know that every game we don't have a good chance of winning. Statistically speaking, this team is a dumpster fire. And I don't think anybody out there would disagree. We're at, like, second last in our conference. We're just above Arizona and tied with Edmonton. Man, please. Hockey gods, just give us first overall. Just, please, give us first overall. This defense core. If you guys disagree, you can comment down below. You can talk about what you want. Make points and whatever. Argue against what I've said here. But overall, I don't like this defense. I don't think they're good enough, and I don't think they make the right decisions half the time, especially the ones that get 5 minutes of power play time. Yeah, I don't like those guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. For Plus, and Gaming, and Bye.